Thanks to everyone who have subscribed. If you have not, please do. And thanks for coming out here. I really appreciate you. Court to rule on Buhari's refusal to hand over to Osinbajo during UK trip. Justice A.O. Faju of the Federal High Court sitting in Lagos will on Friday deliver judgment in the suit against President Muhammadu Buhari on the legality of his refusal to hand over power to the Vice President Yemi Osinbajo during his private visit to the United Kingdom in 2019. Recall that President Muhammadu has traveled out of the country on April 24, 2019 on a private visit to the UK. The President and the Attorney General of the Federation, Abubakar Malami, were challenged by the Nigerian lawyer identified as Effiong in the suit with number FHC/L/CS/763/2019. Effiong demanded that the court determine 4 issues. These are whether in vein of the extent provision of Section 145(1) of the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, 1999, as amended, the first defense can vividly proceed on vacation for the length of time without transferring a written documentation or declaration to the President of the Senate or the Federal Republic of Nigeria and the Speaker of the House of Representatives of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Whether the first defense action in proceeding on vacation to the United Kingdom for the 25th day of April 2019 to the 5th day of May 2019 without transferring the written documentation according to Section 149 of the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, 1999 as amended, to the President and Senate of the Federal Republic of Nigeria and the Speaker of the House of Representatives of the Federal Republic of Nigeria is not in conflict with the provision of 145 of the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria as amended, whether the first defense in refusing to adhere to the clear and ambiguous provision of Section 145 according to the Constitution of Nigeria in the violation of not transferring power to the Vice President. President Muhammadu, while reacting to the bill, noted that the Nigerian Constitution does not make it mandatory for him to transfer a written documentation except when his vacation exceeds 21 days. Buhari counter-disposed to his behalf Mr. Friday Uto of the Federal Ministry of Justice read in part, it is in fact that the 1999 Constitution as amended regulated the performance of the duty of the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria in situation where the President is proceeding on vacation or otherwise unable to discharge the function of office. That is the fact where the President embarks on a vacation or otherwise is unable to discharge the function of his office, and that's when he can relinquish power to the Vice President. That within the time which the President has to transfer a written letter to the President of the Senate or the Speaker of the House of the Federal Republic of Nigeria for 21 days. That the President's foreign trip lasted for 9 days from April the 25th, 2019 to May 5th, 2019. The President did not exceed the 21 days period required by Constitution. It is in the interest of justice to dismiss the claim of the complaint. Buhari asked the court to strike out the suit because the lawyer blocked the local standard to institute the case. Commenting ahead of the judgment, the applicant, Eflong, said, "I do not know what the court will decide, but I am confident that tomorrow's judgment will have far-reaching implications for Nigerian constitution documentation and the law and the rule of law. I believe that the rule of law should stand no matter what." Yeah, so Buhari traveled to the UK for a period of 9 days, and according to the constitution, he was supposed to transfer power to the vice president on his leaving, but he did not. And a lawsuit has been filed against him. But guess what? The president is defending that lawsuit that is, according to the Nigerian constitution, he was only supposed to transfer power when his travel exceeds 21 days. And as such, he has not committed any offense or any crime. I want to say here that the right thing should be done. It's only in Nigeria that people want to hold on to power, especially politicians, without regarding the rule of law. It's only in Nigeria where they do what they like because they feel that they are the high and mighty without observing the rule of law. We should stop this, and it should start from the top. We should stop misbehaving in this country and do the proper thing and stop doing what is not right. Because Nigeria is a country guided by constitution. If it is anyway, because you know these people, when they come into power, they make a law that suits them and them alone. And that's what I want to say here and just sound a note of caution and warning that we should all speak up against evil. Nobody should allow them to just do their own thing, you know. One of the ways we can speak up against this evil is by you and I speaking up, subscribing, liking, sharing, making sure that this news travel to all the nations of the world so other nations can know what is going on in Nigeria and they can be called to order. Because in Nigeria, if you leave these people, they will misbehave, they will do what they like, and that is not right. We need to stand up for what is right. We need to speak against injustice in the community, in the society, and we need to speak up for what is right. Because Nigeria belongs to every one of us. Even though they don't want to make us feel that way, they want to do their own thing. They want to be the one in charge and do what they think is right. You know, I don't even think they think is right. They just want to do their own thing because they feel nobody can question them. They are above the law. You know what? The worst criminal in the world, you know what he does? Seeks for power to cover his track so that nobody just judges him. When he is the one making the law, how can you use the law against him? So what they do is that they get there, then they make up laws that suit them. They get there and they put up laws that only suit them and their family and no other person. So that's what they do. So Nigerians, this is what is going on. So Osinbajo has filed a lawsuit against Buhari, and by tomorrow, by today, we'll be hearing the final judgment of that case. But I can tell you the judgment anyway. We don't need to wait for that day. I can tell you the judgment because even that very judge presiding over that court needs Buhari's favor. And so he will speak from the side of his mouth. He won't speak the truth. That's what they do. They are all the same people. He won't tell them the truth. He won't tell them the right thing. He will lie to them. And he will use other things to say, oh, it did not exceed 21 days. But the law says whenever he's going out of the country, there should be somebody in power. There should be somebody taking charge of the country. But no, he wants to cling on and hold on to power because it belongs to his father, you know. He wants to cling on and hold on to it and make sure that before he comes back, Osinbajo has not become the president of Nigeria. You know, they are so scared. They are so damn scared of, they are so very scared of leaving power. They want to cling on to it like life depends on it, that without it, they cannot live their life. You know, that's what they do. Because when they come, Nigerian politics is a very juicy one. Nobody questions. The followers are so gullible. They just do what they like. Nobody holds them to account. Nobody calls them in order. Like in US, the president does not do what they like. They can sue him. they can put up a judgment, but not in Nigeria. Anyway, I want to say a quick shout out to all my fans here. Thanks very much for listening. I really appreciate you. Please don't forget to like, share, subscribe, click on the notification button, and we're here to always keep you up to date with all the dealings that's been on in Nigeria. Please leave me a comment. Thanks for listening. God bless. Have a wonderful day. Bye.